on Times Now. I'm Pratibha and we're keeping our focus on the Pahalgam tragedy and what the response of India is going to be. The war rooms are in action. Remember, Prime Minister Modi also held a very crucial meeting with the CCS, and in fact the second part of the meeting is also going to be taking place today. The meeting that has taken place with the service chiefs in attendance, you're looking at the pictures there that were released. The Prime Minister holding the meeting, the Raksha Mantri in attendance, and as you're seeing the visuals on the screens, the General Upendra Dwivedi was also part of this meeting. So these were the top officials who were part of the meeting. The back-to-back huddles among defense top brass, Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting the war cabinet and telling them that the armed forces have a complete operational freedom to decide on the mode, the targets and even the timing of India's response to the Pahalgam terror attack. Now, sources have told Times Now that in this high-level meeting that was attended by, as you're seeing in the pictures here, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and the chiefs of the three services, the Prime Minister affirmed that it is in the national resolve to deal a crushing blow to terrorism. In fact, the Prime Minister is said to have expressed complete faith and confidence in the professional abilities of the armed forces. As the country gears to avenge the killing of the 26 civilians, the Prime Minister also dropped a big hint on the government's preparedness to thwart terrorism and the backers. The Prime Minister spoke of limited time and big goals, and while he added that his statement was not in the current context, the message that was left unsaid resonated with the audience, who applauded wholeheartedly. Listen in.
साथियों, हमने विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य के लिए अगले 25 वर्षों की समय सीमा तय की है। हमारे पास समय सीमित है, लक्ष्य बड़े हैं। ये मैं वर्तमान स्थिति के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूं।
So as the government reviews its security preparedness, today the Prime Minister will be chairing the second CCS meeting since the Pahalgam attack. In back-to-back meetings, the CCS huddle will be followed by a meeting of the cabinet committees on political and economic affairs, and then the first cabinet meeting since the April 22nd carnage will also be taking place today. So it's a very important day. Important decisions are going to be taken. Last evening as well, there was a CCS meeting where the Prime Minister is said to have assured the army, the forces, that the government is going to support any decision that the forces take on the timing and the mode of how to retaliate. My colleague Sabyasachi is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Sabyasachi, yesterday was part one of the meeting. Today the meeting is going to continue. Take us through what's expected today, because today is going to be very crucial. Not just is a second CCS meeting taking place, but it's also going to be the meeting of cabinet committees on political and economic affairs.
Well, that's right, Pratibha. See, this meeting will be extremely crucial, and we are reporting from the 7 LKM from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's residence. Now, yesterday, a very strong message has been given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, stating that it is a national resolve to give a befitting reply to terrorism, and also Prime Minister Narendra Modi assured full confidence on the armed forces to give a befitting reply to the terrorists, and also stated that the armed forces have been given a free hand to take any sort of action against the terrorist, and at what time, in what mode the armed forces would decide. Now, in the previous CCS meeting, it was decided that they are going to freeze the Indus Water Treaty, they are going to suspend the SAARC visas, as well as cut short diplomatic ties with Pakistan. Now, after the first CCS meeting today at 11 a.m., the second round of CCS meeting is going to take place at PM's residence, and this meeting will be extremely crucial because Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be taking stock of the security preparations as well as the arrangements made by the armed forces. Now, after that meeting, the meeting that is going to be followed is of the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs. Now, this particular meeting will also be extremely significant because time and again the opposition have been asking for a special session that needed to be called by the central government to discuss discuss on the Pahalgam attack, and also the opposition have asked the centre to show unity and showcase that India is united as far as the Pahalgam attack is concerned. Now, in this meeting, along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari and other important leaders would be part of this meeting, and that would be followed by the economic meeting as well. So clearly a lot of important meetings are lined up today at the residence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But what is important to note is the stern message which has been given directly by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to our armed forces.
Okay, all right. Sabyasachi joining us from right outside the Prime Minister's residence. A lot of meetings expected today, big decisions that are going to be taken, and we continue keeping you updated on that. But as the government readies retaliation, it is also getting some unexpected support from the opposition ranks as well. Listen in.
हिंदुस्तान ने कभी भी आक्रमण पहले नहीं किया है, वहीं से आया है और हमने जवाब दिया है। हमने हर वक्त कहा कि टेररिज्म हमें कबूल नहीं है। टेररिज्म आपको भी खत्म कर रहा है, हमें भी खत्म कर रहा है। इसे वक्त आ गया कि उनको ये समझना चाहिए। मुंबई पे हमला हुआ, कहा हमने नहीं किया, फिर साबित हुआ कि उन्होंने किया। पठानकोट पे हमला हुआ, उन्होंने किया। उड़ी में हुआ, उन्होंने किया। अगर दुश्मनी में रहना चाहते हो, फिर हम भी तैयार हैं, तुम भी तैयार हो।
So the Prime Minister will chair a crucial meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs, the most important committee of the Cabinet that has also been dubbed the Super Cabinet. Sabyasachi continues to stay live with us. Sabyasachi, what's on the agenda as the Super Cabinet meets today?
Well, that's right. It's a super cabinet meeting that has been called in by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and we had seen that in the previous super cabinet meeting, a lot of stern decisions were taken by the central government, like to freeze the Indus Water Treaty, to suspend the SAARC visas, as well as cut short diplomatic ties with Pakistan. Now, we had seen that after these decisions were taken at the cabinet meeting that took place at the residence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Pakistan was completely rattled. And this is the second round of meeting that is going to take place at the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's residence, and more crucial decisions are expected to be taken, because yesterday, if we see the development, the message that has been given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the armed forces, stating that it is our national resolve to take stern measures against terrorism. Prime Minister also assured the confidence on the armed forces and stated that the free hand has been given to the armed forces to take any sort of decision that they want to take, in what mode they want to attack the terrorists, in what time. It is up to the armed forces to decide. Now it will be followed by two crucial meetings where several of the top leaders of the government will be present out here, and a lot of decisions are expected to come out after this meeting, because government is on the front foot, and whether it is speaking in Bihar or whether it is speaking in Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi time and again assured that strict action will be taken against the terrorists. Mitti mein mila denge is the word that has been used by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which clearly shows the intent of the central government. Okay, all right. Sabyasachi, stay with us. Let's break down what all has happened after the Pahalgam attack. There have been several such meetings that have taken place. Remember, on the 23rd of April was when the first meeting of the CCS had been held. Big decisions taken in these meetings. And remember, in yesterday's meeting, the Prime Minister is said to have assured the Indian Armed Forces that you have full support on the decision, the mode that you decide to counter the terrorism that came in from Pakistan. On the 27th, remember, Raksha Mantri had also met the CDS, and on the 29th, there was a key security meeting that was held at the Prime Minister's residence. This was a key security meeting that had been held. So important not just to counter, but also to up the security across the country as well. And the Prime Minister and the Home Minister had also met on the 29th of April.
Now let's talk about what's going to happen today. Today is also going to be very important because this is the second meeting of the CCS that will be taking place, and the cabinet meeting as well that's expected today. Remember, big decisions are taken in these meetings. Remember the previous meeting that had taken place, that of course led to the decision to put the Indus Water Treaty on hold. Now, during the night of the 29th and 30th April, the Pakistani Army Force have initiated unprovoked small arms fire across the line of control. This is right opposite Nashera as well as Akhnur sectors in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the Indian Armed Forces have responded swiftly and proportionately. That's the update coming in, and breaking updates coming in of the firing that has taken place in last night. My colleague Yavar is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Yavar, it's very clear that no lessons seem to have been learnt. What we are looking at is unprovoked small arms fire across the line of control that continues despite what has happened, despite India giving out a strong message that any terrorism that comes in from Pakistan will be eliminated.
Well, it's a seventh consecutive day today when the Pakistan resorted to the unprovoked ceasefire violation. This time they targeted the forward post of three sectors on the Jammu, that's the Sundarbani, Nowshera and Akhnur. Remember that small arms have been used, that's what the Indian Army is saying, and this is a continuous ceasefire violation, and the pact they are violating of the 2021, seventh consecutive day after the Pahalgam carnage, that Pakistan is trying to target the forward post of the Indian Army. Befitting reply has been given, that's what the army say, and the efficient retaliation has been taken into consideration on the moves, be it from the line of control in the OD sector or the Kupwara or elsewhere where the Indian Army is retaliating efficiently. Pertinent to mention is that this is for the first time after the 2021 ceasefire pact that the Pakistan is continuously targeting the forward post of the Indian Army across the region. Not only one position has been targeted, but all of a sudden we witnessed that it has been spiked from their side, and be it in the Jammu region or in the Kashmir Valley, number of multiple posts are being targeted, but we have been given understanding that efficient retaliation have been given, though the army has confirmed that they were using the small arms to try to target the posts, and the army has efficient hand to give the befitting reply of these ceasefire violations that has been done along the line of control and the international border over the past 7 days. Back to you.
Okay, all right, stay with us. In fact, as the Pahalgam probe has gathered pace, what's also under the scanner is the social media space. And Times Now has learned that intel agencies are also monitoring very closely several Telegram groups believed to have received toolkits from Pakistani social media handlers. Now, sources say that more than 150 individuals are being briefed both before the attack as well as after the attack. So this actually suggests that there is a broader network at play. Now, we are breaking updates coming in of the Pakistan Foreign Minister, Ishaq Dar, accepting that Pakistan blocked TRF mention in the UNSC statement. Pakistan has accepted that it got terror group TRF's name removed from the UNSC statement condemning Pahalgam terror attack. Now, the Pakistan Foreign Minister is making this admission. Listen in.
मैं ये भी अर्ज करूंगा कि एक इसी प्रोसेस में, चूंकि हम इस वक्त सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल के नॉन परमानेंट अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेंबर हैं 1 जनवरी 2025 से 31 दिसंबर 2026 तक, तो यूएस ने एक प्रेस रिलीज, ये वहां इस तरह का वाकया दुनिया में कहीं हो, जाफर एक्सप्रेस पे भी हुआ, तो वो एक प्रेस रिलीज यूनानिमस 15 मेंबर हैं, 5 परमानेंट है, 10 नॉन परमानेंट इलेक्टेड होते हैं 2 साल के लिए, तो वो एक प्रेस रिलीज उन्होंने इसी सिस्टम के तहत दी, मुझे कॉपी मिल गई। उसमें पाकिस्तान के बिहाफ पे मेरे 2 इतराजात थे। एक उसमें पहलगाम लिखा हुआ था सिर्फ, और दूसरा उसमें ब्लेम डाला गया था द रेजिस्टेंस फोरम। ये वो फोरम है कि जब 2019 में इसको हड़प किया गया गैर कानूनी, जो कि हम नहीं मानते, वो बिल्कुल इलीगल है, तो उसके नतीजे में जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में एक फोरम बना जिसका नाम है द रेजिस्टेंस फोरम।
और उसको कंडेम किया गया, उसको जिम्मेदार ठहराया गया उस प्रेस रिलीज में। तो मुझे आई, मैंने देखा, मैंने कहा ये एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है। पहलगाम के साथ आपको लिखना पड़ेगा जम्मू एंड कश्मीर। हमारी शटलिंग हुई, ऑब्वियसली ये दिन ऐसे ही हैं कि क्योंकि टाइम का भी गैप है उधर न्यूयॉर्क में। इधर मैंने अपने एम्बेसडर साहब को, जो हमारे परमानेंट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं आसिफ इफ्तिखार साहब, उनको क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शंस दी कि आप लिख के 2 अमेंडमेंट्स इसमें डाल दें, क्योंकि कंसेंसस के साथ ये इशू हो सकती है, वरना ये इशू नहीं हो सकता। हम उस वक्त तक नहीं करेंगे। और मैंने कहा इनको बताएं कि दुनिया में लंदन से 3 या 4 हैं, तो अगर लंदन में कोई वाकया होता है तो कैसे लंदन लिखेंगे, साथ आगे यूके लिखेंगे या कनाडा लिखेंगे या यूएसए लिखेंगे या ऑस्ट्रेलिया लिखेंगे। भाई ये एक जगह है, लिखो ना, क्यों शर्मा रहे हो जम्मू एंड कश्मीर लिखने में। दूसरा, मैंने कहा यहां हम एविडेंस दिखाएं कि ये दी रेजिस्टेंस फोरम ने, दी टीआरएफ ने किया है, तो फिर हम इसको रहने देंगे, या उनकी ओनरशिप दिखा दें कि इन्होंने एक मीडिया में चला भी दिया कि उन्होंने ओन कर लिया, वो झूठा था। नहीं, ये नहीं है। तो उस पर करीबन हमारे जी 2.5 दिन लगे। वी रिफ्यूज टू बज इन। मुझे बड़े बड़े कैपिटल से कॉलें आई कि देखें इस वक्त मैं जी नथिंग डूइंग, ये नहीं हो सकता, पाकिस्तान विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट। वो कहते हैं आप पे ब्लेम आएगा, प्रेस रिलीज नहीं हुई, इतना बड़ा वाकया हुआ, आपके जाबर एक्सप्रेस भी ये आई थी, कंडेमनेशन की, टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी को कंडेम किया गया था। मैंने कहा वी आर रेडी, बट प्लीज यू हैव टू पुट इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एंड हैव टू डिलीट दिस टीआरएफ। अल्लाह के फजल करम से जनाब चेयरमैन, पाकिस्तान के को ये मुबारक हो और आपको कि हमने वो दोनों चीजें अमेंड करके वो प्रेस रिलीज तो जारी हुई और पाकिस्तान के मौक़िफ़ को तस्लीम किया गया। जनाब चेयरमैन, देखिए मैं आपको बिल्कुल कैटेगोरिक कह रहा हूं और अपनी तसल्ली होने के बाद कह रहा हूं, ऐसे वाकयात में हम कई लोग जो इस हाउस में बैठे हैं।
So here's what Pakistan is proud of, that it got the name of the LET offshoot TRF removed from the press release condemning the attack on Pahalgam. Khalid Jamil joins us from Islamabad with a perspective of what's happening in Pakistan. And Khalid Jamil, one fails to understand, why is Pakistan feeling proud of removing a terror organization's name from the UNSC statement condemning Pahalgam terror attack?
I don't know why they are feeling proud, but I think being a responsible state, Pakistan always condemned such terrorist attack anywhere in the world, and similarly, the Prime Minister and the other officials also condemned this attack and showed solidarity and expressed their deceased persons who were killed in that incident. Actually, but I understand the statement of the Sagdar, which was delivered in the Senate of Pakistan. This is the upper part of the parliament, and he was referring to the Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan believes that this territory is still disputed territory, and under the UN resolutions, and Pakistan Prime Minister Mr. Shehbaz Sharif also talked with the United Nations General Secretary yesterday and discussed this issue, and also referred this issue as under the resolutions of the United Nations General Assembly and also the Security Council, and asked the UN Secretary General to play his role for the implementation of the resolution of the United Nations. So that's why Pakistan demanded in that press release, Jammu and Kashmir must be included. And the TRF is, I don't think in Pakistan there are some reports that the TRF has issued a statement that their earlier statement, which was a claim that they claimed the responsibility of that terrorism act. They said that their digital systems might be hacked, or some external forces tried to made a cyber attack on their internet and their other social media outlets, and that was That was not
Okay, so the benefit of doubt is being given to the TRF, which initially claimed responsibility for the attack and then later claimed that it is not responsible for the attacks that took place in Pahalgam. But Pakistan saying that they are happy that they got the name of TRF removed from there because they're waiting for evidence on that. Khalid Jamil, thank you for joining us. In fact, we want to play out the toolkit that has been accessed and the travel instructions that have been given as well. So remember, these are the instructions that have been given very clearly to those involved in the same, saying do not wear any Islamic attire during the travel and wear clothes as per the local custom. So in order to not be noticed, the orders that have been issued, the instructions that have been given is to wear clothes as per the local customs and not wear any Islamic clothing and not carry any Islamic literature in the luggage as well. Use regular perfume instead of ether. These are some of the instructions that have been given for any kind of travel. There is also some precaution that has been advised. It says gather details on the places that you're traveling to and avoid any arguments or fights because it draws attention. So the main part of it in all of these instructions is to avoid any kind of attention. Destroy the tickets once you reach your destination and if possible get off before the actual destination. If the tickets have been booked for one particular location, get off one step before that because this is going to help in detecting if somebody is tailing you or not. These are some of the instructions that have been given. There are similar instructions that have been given to the hotel stay as well, for the hotel stay as well, saying inspect the hotel room thoroughly and ensure that there is no spy cam. During sensitive call, turn up the TV volume and prefer stays such as Airbnb where intel checks are very rare. It doesn't happen as much as it does in the hotels. So Airbnbs are going to be used. Apart from that, if you're being tracked, avoid creating a CCTV trail. See, these are some of the instructions that have been given. Intel sources have revealed to Times Now that these have all been revealed in the conversations. We have breaking updates now coming in of the Federal Minister of Information, Pakistan's statement on the Pahalgam incident, saying Pakistan has credible intelligence that India intends carrying out military action against Pakistan in the next 24 to 36 hours on the pretext of baseless and concocted allegations. That's what Pakistan is calling it. Baseless allegations of involvement in the Pahalgam incident. And it goes on to say, this is the statement that has come in from Pakistan, going on to say that Indian self-assured hubristic role of judge, jury and executioner in the region is reckless and vehemently rejected. This is what spooked Pakistan is saying Pakistan is the victim of terrorism itself and understands the pain of the scourge. Listen in.
Pakistan has credible intelligence that India intends carrying out military action against Pakistan in the next 24 to 36 hours on the pretext of baseless and concocted allegations of involvement in the Pahalgam incident. India's self-assumed hubristic role of judge, jury and executioner in the region is reckless and vehemently rejected. Pakistan has been the victim of terrorism itself and truly understands the pain of this scourge. We have always condemned terrorism.
So Pakistan says that we have always condemned terrorism. The question is, has any action been taken? It's well known to the entire world that there are terrorists who are being harbored in Pakistan and yet no action is taken. And look at the statement that is being issued by Pakistan. With that, it's time for us to slip into a short break here. We'll be right back to stay with us.